Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Ashley, and today I'm going to be talking about my 1 month eating vegan slash cruelty free slash dairy free. And for me that's a really big deal because I used to love dairy products, and I'm kind of going to go through how I'm feeling and what I've learned so far. So, the first thing I wanted to talk about is how I'm feeling. And I guess the biggest difference I feel is emotionally. I feel very compassionate. I feel like there's a floating orb above my head. Ha! Anyways, I feel compassionate. I feel that now that I have consciously not eaten any animal derived products, I feel compassionate to the world, that I am not polluting the world by consuming animal products. I feel compassionate for the animals, and I feel compassionate for myself. I feel like I'm feeding my body much more cleaner nutrients, and my body's thanking me for that. Um, Second thing about how I feel is I feel free, because when I was eating dairy products, when you are eating animal derived products, you have to restrict yourself. And in my case, I didn't like doing that. And I loved eating dairy. And I loved basically stuffing my face with tons of mac and cheese and tons of pizza and all that good stuff. But it really wasn't good for me. And I can totally say, whether the science out there proves that cheese, for the most part cheese, because I had been vegetarian for 2 years previously, I did eat lots of cheese, and although I didn't love a lot of other dairy products, you'd never find me drinking milk or something like that, I loved cheese, and in my case, I can even say it was a bit of an addiction. And now that I've gone, my first full day of consciously eating vegan was February 16th. And it's now the 17th of March. Happy St. Patrick's Day. And I'm 1 month free of that addiction. And to be free of that addiction is so enlightening. And as I said, I went and I practiced Vipassana 10 days, and you learn much about craving and objections, and that wanting something that you don't have, or not having what you want creates addictions and objections, and it causes you pain and it causes you misery. And if you do gain those things or lose those things, you're going to be in misery or in happiness for a moment. And happiness, really, what I was taught, is not temporary, it is a constant state. And it's funny because I thought I'd have a hard time giving up cheese, because I did dabble with the idea of being vegan for a long time. Ever since I went vegetarian, I knew that eventually I wanted to go vegan, and something in me just clicked, and I was just done with only being partially cruelty free. And I'm really glad that I did it, and to be free of things that were harming my body it just feels so amazing, and to not have those cravings and to not have those addictions because I am nourishing myself is just so empowering and so enlightening and so freeing. And I can't recommend it enough. Um, Also, in terms of how I feel, my skin, I'm caked up today, but my skin has been clearing up and I'm super excited about it. And I don't want to get too excited about it because usually around the spring my skin naturally clears up, and over the summer I usually have a very fresh face and I get seasonal acne, and I'm sure it has to do with hormones, environment, and of course my diet. But I don't think it's a huge coincidence that once I dropped dairy, I haven't had. When I was eating dairy, I'd have a breakout every few days. I'd get a new pimple, and it took a long period of time for my acne scarring to heal. And of course, I'm still using skincare that is targeted to healing acne scarring and stuff like that. But I have had, ever since I went vegan and dropped dairy, I've had one new breakout. Can you believe that? I can't. I mean, I can believe it because it's happening, but it's incredible, and I'm super excited about it. Also, I knew it would come with the territory, but it wasn't my main focus. I did lose a little bit of weight. I mean, of course, my journey in this path of becoming healthy and becoming nourished, I do want to look as good as I feel, and I feel great. I know I have a long way to go on my journey, as I'll talk about, but I feel lighter, a little bit lighter on my feet, and it's a good feeling. And I haven't dropped a significant amount of weight. Also, because I am transitioning, and that's what I'm getting to next. I'm not fully low fat, high carb vegan, or low fat, high carb plant based quite yet. I thought it was safer for me to go through a transitional phase. Just like I was a vegetarian for 2 years, I have been eating, things like peanut butter and avocados and hemp seed and I use lots, no, I mean, not a lot of almond milk. I do use almond milk sometimes. I'll put a little bit more almond milk in my smoothies or smoothie bowls. I have one of my smoothie bowls right here. And I've been loving getting creative in the kitchen. And tonight, one of my friends, I hope, is going to come over and we're going to try to make some homemade sushi. So I feel like learning how to cook things that I really love is really exciting. And I feel like people have this stigma with vegan or plant-based foods being rabbit food, and it's funny because I still eat what I love, and that's awesome. So I'm not quite as low-fat and fully plant-based as I want to be. I can't say I have not eaten vegan junk food. There's plenty of that out there. I have been, like I said, peanut butter, avocado, almond milk, diet cheese, that kind of stuff. I haven't been as low fat as I want, but I'm on the journey. And I've definitely been incorporating more plant-based foods than I was before, and that's super exciting. So, it's all about kind of being in that mindset, I guess, about being, for me, it was about being cruelty free, and also a lot about the environment. So, knowing why and having your intentions firm inside of yourself as to why you've chosen this lifestyle is definitely going to help you, because then you won't find yourself straying. And ever since I had that intent, that not the theoretical intent, the intent that comes from your heart and it comes from within, ever since I had the knowledge to confirm my intentions, I guess, it's been much easier. And a lot of it comes from this poisoned paradigm that most people are living in, where they're just unconsciously watching TV and unconsciously ordering whatever they want, and the world is just filled with meat and dairy and a lot of animal derived products, and people don't know or don't care to know, as Gary Yourofsky says, they have their blinders on tight. And that's my intention, is to see beyond the poison that media and big industries and corporations have been feeding us for years and years and years. So it's all about that. Another point is that don't focus on being perfect. No one's perfect. It's been 4 weeks for me, a whole month, and I wasn't perfect. There were times where, I was hanging out with my friend and she was passing out little jelly candies with chocolate coating on it, and I had gotten used to, hey, I can still eat chocolate as long as it's dark chocolate and dairy free, and I wasn't very conscious, and, she poured out a very small handful of these little jellies in my hand, and, I ate them, and I was like, hey, I didn't even ask if there was milk in it. And it turns out there was. And I didn't beat myself up over it. And, excuse me, it's not something you should. It's a common mistake. You can't be perfect. The animal products are everywhere, and it's easy to take, I'm saying it's easy now that I've done it, to take a stand against it and avoid it, but you can't be perfect. I accidentally bought a loaf of bread for my parents at the market that had honey in it, and that was unintentional. I missed it on the ingredients list. There was a time that I was at the market, and they have the samples and stuff like that, and since it's around St. Patty's, the sample was Irish soda bread, and she was putting butter on the soda bread, and I was like, hey, I'll just try the bread. I was with my parents, we were just having a day together, and I took the Irish soda bread, and it was just one bite, but my mom informed me later that there's heavy cream and eggs in Irish soda bread, and I had no idea, but I didn't beat myself up over it. So you can't be perfect. My last thing that I wanted to talk about that has made this all very easy, and fun, is the vegan community. And when I was on Weight Watchers, the thing that I really loved about it was the meetings and seeing other people going through what I was going through, which was weight loss. And, at every meeting, people would talk about a new recipe or a new workout that they liked, or how excited they were to get into yoga, or how excited they were to find a new breakfast smoothie that really worked for them and was really delicious, and they were excited to do that every day, and that aided them in the process of getting to their goals. Now, I'm sure there are meetup type things within the vegan community. I haven't done a lot of research about that. I'm sure there's plenty out there, but on YouTube, on Instagram, there are so many people who talk about this and share their thoughts and share their recipes and share their tips and share their advice, and it's all over the internet, and everyone's so helpful and so sweet. And I've started really posting on my new Instagram, and I've been getting a lot of great feedback, and I've been following a lot of great people who post beautiful vegan foods, raw tofu, starch solution, junk food vegans, whatever you want to do, you can do that veganized. And it is so cool to have people say, hey, that looks really great. And so many people to look at their pages and see what other people are doing, and you can learn about fruits that you've never heard of, or dishes that you've never thought you'd try that you think look good, and so many different ways to bake potatoes, and so many different flavors of different things. It's incredible. And although it's not in-person community, and it's definitely a different feel than physically being in a group of people, there is nothing that can beat that, but it's definitely a comforting feeling, and it does feel like a community, and it does feel like there are people out there who are going through it, loving it, having fun with it, and enjoying themselves, and being cruelty free, and being good to the environment all over the world. And this awareness, I see it more and more all over, and I'm super excited about it. So I'm obviously in a new place. I'm back home, and being back home actually has been, good environment for me to work on all this. And yeah, I've just been cleaning up my space, making sure everything's organized, and I have lots of good stuff for the future. My birthday's in April, and I'm praying that I get a camera. So we'll see about that. And hopefully once I get my camera, I'll be able to do more makeup stuff. I'm in the process of trying to veganize or cruelty-free my makeup collection, and I am aware that I do have some stuff that is not cruelty-free, but my intention is to use the products that I have and not repurchase any cruelty-free items. Same with my, leather items. I have 3 leather items. One is a boot, one is a bag that partially has trimmings that I got for my 16th birthday, and one is a Michael Kors backpack that I bought for myself 2 years ago. And I'm going to keep those things as well. That is my choice. I am aware I don't plan on buying any leather in the future. I don't care to. There's a lot of vegan fashion and vegan makeup and vegan skincare, and that transition will probably take me a little longer than my diet. So this video has gotten a little lengthy, and I appreciate you so much for checking out my channel, checking out the new girl, on the YouTube land, and I feel really good about it. So I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day, and I'll see you next time. Follow me on all my social media. I'll link it in the description down below.